Allah will kind of protect all your families. So I'm going to start by reading our dad autobiography. Our dad, Alhaji Olarewaji Razaki Shittu, was born on the 8th of January 1958. He was the firstborn of his mother, Alhaja Mujidat Ajoke Shittu, and the fourthborn of his late father, Alhaji Kolawole Adisa Shittu, in a large family. He had his education in both Lagos and Ogun State, where he attended Ebute Ero Primary School in Lagos Island and Muslim High School in Shagamu. He later got a professional certification in automobile marketing and workshop administration in South Africa. Lanre Shittu started out working for his late father at a very young age. Then, feeling unfulfilled, he chose the path of business and left to start his own trade, which initially entailed traveling abroad to buying Italian shoes and bags and jewelries for sale in Nigeria. He later left the line for a poultry business. Subsequently, he moved again to auto trading and transportation, which later created the automobile business for which he is renowned today. It is worth mentioning that the auto business rose like a phoenix out of the ashes of the failed transportation business in Nigeria. Lanre Shittu Incorporation is full-scale automobile business in the year 1981, precisely on March 31st. As Lanre Shittu Motors Nigeria Limited, a company which has today become an household name and a market leader in Nigerian automobile industry. A name that is synonymous with honesty, reliability, and integrity. A name that has received countless awards and most recently was recognized as the company with the best truck assembly plant at the recently concluded NAGA Awards in February 2023. This is truly a remarkable feat indeed. It takes a lot of patience, dedication, resilience, hard work, and amazing wives, and beautiful children, and grandchildren, brothers and sisters. May your soul rest in peace, and may Almighty Allah grant it Al-Jannah Fidau. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for taking us through the life of our late father. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, our dear father. But before we begin to go into that session, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asked to quickly recognize the presence of the Chairman and CEO of Amasco International Limited, Alhaji Mustafa Ado. We celebrate you, sir. You're welcome, sir. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting for, and the time we've been anticipating to witness. My very own senior colleague already did the recognition for our special guests. As you can see, they are already seated. Without wasting much of your time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite to the stage right now the children of our dear father. They're going to be doing this together, and they'll pass the mic, to each other. Can we have Taiwo Shittu right here? Suleiman Shittu, can we please join him as well? Morufat Shittu, please join us as well. I don't know if Lukman Shittu is here as well. Okay, no problem. Can we also... Obeda Shittu, can you please join us right here as well? Round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. So, how do you want us to go about this? Ladies first? Okay, let's do this.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mogul. So many things have been said about our dad, Alhaji Olarewaji Shittu. Family man. He loves his children. He takes care of his children like no other. Even those that are not his children, he takes everybody as one. Our dad will always teach us to be reliable, to be self-dependent, not to depend on any man, because he himself does not depend on anybody. He will always tell us his father did not give him money. You know, what he owes us is education. And truly, he gave us the best we can ever have. Our dad is a very disciplined man. What he wants you to do, he would call you, you know, talk to you, lead you aright. Whenever he's not happy with what you're doing, he would call you. In my own life of existence, I've never heard my father shout at us. He would never shout at you. He would rather call you, advise you. My dad is a giver. You can't go to my father and ask him for something. He would rather tell you, this thing won't hear any of, and you had better refund it. Because if you refund it, you will get more. And you know, if you don't refund it, you know, the reverse will be the case. And if he's giving you, he will tell you, this thing I'm giving you, go and make good use of it. When we were growing up, my father would always take every of his children then, in his caravan then, whenever we're going back to school. He will be the one to get our school items for us. He will all lead us to Bata, then to get our school shoes, school bags and other stuff. He will make sure he just made the mention of something, said, it might be the last time I will ever tell you this. I explained my side of the story, and he understood me perfectly. He called me the day after. I did not know that was the last time I would ever see my dad. I want to thank God because, yes, 65 years, nobody ever wished that his or dad would go at this age. But we are comforted because what dad has done on earth, believe you me, even those that are older than him, they have not reached, not even a mile. We had the birthday party for my mom last year. My father was like, look at us now, we are having it for our dad. But of course it is in his absence. Who are we to question God? We cannot question God. We just leave everything to God. Because in Kontie Oju Toju Eni Obato, Olorun gbogbo ẹ. So we just say we bless God because he knows the reason he has taken Daddy at this time. This is the time Daddy would have just sat down and his children would, you know, take over. But now the reverse is the case. But we still thank God. At least look at all his children now. We are doing fine. We are doing fine. He has given us the legacy that we would, you know, carry along. So we just thank God. And we thank everybody once again for coming. Thank you.
A great man. He always did what, like sometimes when we asked for stuff, he said that he would do it for us and he always did. But seeing him gone is very sad, but we'll still get through it. And we have to be very strong about him going, because he wasn't really supposed to go at this age, but he got sick. And he really wasn't hoping for that. He always hoped for the best for us. And he always wanted us to get straight A's and pass our exams and live a good life. Like how he did. For me, I feel like I didn't have that long with him, but for him, he feels like he did. Because he lived for longer and I didn't get to see him for that long. So, as he's gone, I'm still going to get through it and look at his pictures. And I'm going to make sure that I do what he always dreamed for me to do. And I am going to recite him a surah. Surah to Nasi, Maliki Nasi, Ilahi Nasi, Nasi Wasi, Nasi, Alazi so easy for you to do Reminiscence, Events&Parties. That is all of my speech.
My name is Shittu'S. I really loved my dad. There were some things that I loved a lot. Daddy made for me. He took me to school. He gave me food. He gave me clothes, and he gave me a shelter. And I also thank God for the life of my mom, who is right here beside me. She knows how much I love her, and she knows how much my dad meant to me. But in life, things happen. We come and we go. But we just have to get through this. There's some there were some things that my dad taught me that I really enjoyed. He took me out. Alojeun, Ajade, Awobol. There's a lot of things I did with my dad that I can never, ever in my life forget. There's some things that I did want to do with my dad, but I'm not able to do. My dad was a very wonderful man, and he loved his children. My father loved his children like his own. There's nothing that my dad will not do for us. Every single thing in this life that I asked for my father, and he gave to me. My dad, he knows how much I loved him, and I'm sure he knows that now. Oh Lord, please be with him. Accept his return. Father Lord, let us see each other one day, but not soon. Father Lord, let us live longer than him, and don't let us die young. Father Lord, I pray for my mother and my siblings here. Father Lord, please let us live long. Let us see our children's children and their kids. Father Lord, please, the legacy my dad gave to us, which was a beautiful education. Father, let us grow on that. Let us become successful people in life, and it shall be well with all of us. Thank you again, people, for coming today. I love you all very much. My
name is Suleiman Shittu'S. I would like to start off by thanking everyone for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here today, to say their prayers and pay their respects to my dad. Over the last week, I've come across a lot of people who start with paying their condolences and then go on to tell me what a great man my dad was. I always knew this, but it's so heartwarming to know just as many people feel the same way, and to see the impact he has had on so many lives. We are beyond grateful for all the love and support we have received, and every one of you and your kind words have really made this period a lot easier for us. I learned so much from my dad. We would sit and discuss everything under the sun, from politics to sports and business. You know, I'll go to his room thinking it was about to be a 10-minute conversation, and then leave about 2 hours later. That was just our own form of bonding, and I always cherish those moments. He always had the answer, and honestly, I never left any of our conversations the same person, because I always learned something new. He was extremely humble and quiet, as a lot of you probably know. Until this day, I've never come across anyone with a work ethic like his, and that was always so inspiring to me. He was one of the smartest people I know. I'm forever grateful for the education he provided for my siblings and I, and the experiences we were able to share. One of my fondest memories of my dad was our family trip to Amsterdam. It was just my dad and all his kids. He took us to Nike Town, and he immediately said everyone should choose what they wanted. The rush that followed was really a sight. All of us scurrying off in different directions to grab one shoe or the other. It was a one-time experience for my siblings and I, and I'm sure for the Nike workers in the store that day as well. But it really is a memory I'll forever hold on to dearly. There's really a lot I can say, because in his 65 years of life, my dad achieved so much and made an impact on so many people, beyond what I could ever imagine. He was gentle, kind, and understanding. I'm grateful for his life and the community he was able to foster, which includes a lot of you present here today. And I'll never take it for granted. I pray that his soul rests in perfect peace, and I take solace in the fact that he has an amazing set of kids that will continue to build on his legacy and his name, Lanre Shittu'S. I know we'll all make him proud. Thank you again for being here today for the celebration of his life, and God bless you all.
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I first want to thank everybody for coming from outside Nigeria, different states, to come and help us pray for the 8th day Fidau of our Father. Something that I understand about Alhaji Razak Akoni or Lanre Shittu. Money is not everything. Money was not everything with him. Money again was not everything with him. He has advised us many times, spoken to us personally, together as a group, as a family, many times. I remember sometimes when I was in France with him, Alhaji Shittu, being my father, being a legendary, being a mentor to me, took me to a square, and in that square there were so many birds. He bought corn and he held the corn. He took some out of the corn. They call them a maize or corn. Yeah. It threw them away. It splashed them out. Then those birds, they came in thousands, hundreds to come and eat. He did the same thing again. They came again. He did the same thing again. They came again. Once the corn finished, can we all guess what happened? The birds flew away. Because why? There was no corn again. He said, Taiwo, let's go for a break. We went out, we went to eat, we came back again. When we came back again this time around, he bought another set of corn. He did the same thing again. The birds came around again. And after the birds came around again, this is a lesson for everybody here, if you can listen. There was something he taught me that I can never forget. He splashed the corn again, then they came back again, the same bird that left him after there was no corn. And he said, Taiwo, do you know why these birds are back here? I said, no. They said, yeah, because you have corn. I said, yes. See this corn as money. See this corn with me as money. See the birds as human being. Whatever fortune you're able to hold, whatever fortune you're able to keep, make sure it doesn't finish. Make sure it doesn't run dry. These same birds that will eat the corn and they will finish the corn with you, they're the same people that will laugh you. But make sure the corn, you keep holding it. As long as the corn is getting bigger, the more you have a lot of people around you that will be looking for you. They can come and tell you, oh, he's a stingy man, he's a this thing man, he's a that man, he's very greedy. But for the fact that you have that corn in your hand, they will always remain with you. They will always be there for you. So whatever fortune you have, you must make sure you keep it and you sustain it. That's the only thing that can keep people around you. People will leave when there's nothing. And as long as there's something, people will always remain around you. That was the biggest lesson I learned from my father. Another lesson I learned from him, because he's a great man, he's a man that money was never anything. You can be, in your bank account, you can have 10,000 naira. You might not have any assets, but he appreciates you even more than the multi-billionaires. That is Alhaji Razak Akoni Shittu. He doesn't pick his friends based on wealth or based on how rich you are or how flamboyant you are. If he's supposed to travel to your state and you come and meet him and you drive a Tico or you drive a Volkswagen B2, he gets into the Volkswagen B2 with you happy and not thinking about, oh, you're a riffraff or you're a low life or you're this thing. No, he sees you and appreciates you just the way you are. He said, Taiwo, if you do business with a lot of people, or you do business with somebody, this person, like for example, my sister and Morfat. Morfat is destiny. Morfat's supposed to be maybe Morfat Kasali, not my sister. I'm just using an example. If she's supposed to do business with you, and you promise Morfat 100 naira, and during the business transaction, you can see that you're not making enough profit as you were supposed to make, endeavor to pay that 100 naira you have committed yourself to the person. Endeavor, make sure you pay that 100 naira. Because you know why? Because that same person might be destined to give you $500 billion. But because of the greed of that first 100 naira that you refuse to give him back his money, that would terminate that destiny that was coming from that person to you because of the first 100 naira deal that you did together, you're supposed to pay him. But meanwhile, this guy was supposed to be respect people. He taught us to love people, respect people, be kind to people, be humble to people. Allah gives, Allah takes. He has told us many times, he has seen people rise from up to down. He has seen people from down go up. Money is not from anybody, it's from God. And when God likes it, takes it from you. You know? But my last prayer I will have for everybody that's taking time to be here is this. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí a ṣiṣẹ́ ká kójọ kó wá di àsìkò tá a fẹ́ jẹ kí ẹ̀mí ikú wá gbé wa kúrò láyé àwa tá ṣiṣẹ́ wa la máa jèrè iṣẹ́ wa. You know, that's something because he worked so hard. He worked and he piled all the money, and but unfortunately, when he's supposed to be going on holidays, going on retirement, he was already discussing retirement with some of my brothers and my uncles. You know, this is when he was supposed to be going on retirement, but Allah knows best. Allah knows best. So I want to use this medium on behalf of me and my brothers and sisters and the whole entire family of Chief Shittu, because an extended family. I want to thank everybody here for coming for the 8th day Fidau of our beloved father. Thank you very much, everybody.
Of positive and visible impact. I've been hearing about the name. So we're going to continue, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon as we invite to the microphone the brothers of our late father. Before I invite them, that is Mr. Emeka Okonkwo, and of course, standing close to Mr. Kingsley Okonkwo, Casey and Imani, we celebrate you. Mr. Cecilia Amon, we celebrate you.
Mutimo Baba Lanre Shittu, that's 1982. He started this business from the grassroots. When the home delivery are coming to Nigeria. So, I'm about to be workshop Ojo Eseyin, ní Babsan Mashaun, ní Mechanic Village. Tabara ti ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ perfectly. Àti mechanic o, àti body work and spray paint, you know, every work tán bá ṣe ńbẹ̀, wọn kì í jẹ wá lówó. Tán bá ti wo gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó ní ká kó bá ṣe. Wọ́n dẹ̀ rí pé àwọn fún wa ní balance wa. So nígbà tí wọ́n dẹ̀ tún gbòòrò sí báyìí pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ yìí, a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé wọ́n fi lé ọmọ lọ́wọ́. Àwọn ọmọ tó dẹ̀ fi lé lọ́wọ́ náà bọ́lọ́run ṣe máa ń ṣiṣẹ́. Wọn ò mọ̀ mí, èmi ló mọ̀ wọ́n, but bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ èmi náà wà nínú àwọn tó tún ṣì ń supply nínú Lanre Shittu Motors ní Oshodi Expressway. Apapa Oshodi Expressway up to today. So I thank God for him. I wish him a Jannah Fidau. Thank you.
God will be with you all. God will be with the children. God will be with his friends. And I want to say something about his friends. Please don't leave these children. Please don't never leave them. Continue to advise them. Continue to be there for them. And even don't leave the wives as well.
Morufat Abiola
Anybody can make money.
The first daughter of Alhaji Lanre Shittu. I have so many things to say about my dad. I cannot finish today. My dad is a very intelligent man. My dad is very hardworking. My dad is really an icon that we cannot just get over with. My dad started so early in life, so early, and that is why, yes, his name is known all over today. He gives unconditionally. He loves his children unconditionally. He accommodates people. He goes extra mile to make you okay. If you're not okay with him, he would call you, advise you, and lead you aright. He gave us the best education that we could ever have. He died at 65 years. Yes, we're not okay, but yes, we thank God. We thank God that yes, the legacy he has left behind, we will carry it on by God's grace, and we pray that Lord will grant him eternal rest forever. Amen.
Alhaji Lanre Shittu tí abáníká júwe wọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan la máa sọ ní ti dáadáa nípa Alhaji Lanre Shittu ṣùgbọ́n Alhaji Lanre Shittu tí ó dolóògbé yìí ó jẹ́ ẹni tẹ́mi súnmọ́ tó súnmọ́ mi gan tó fi ìwà ẹ̀hàn mi tó fi inú ẹ̀hàn mi tí mo lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà níbikíbi nípa dáadáa tó ṣe púpọ̀ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀mi ti mọ̀ tó. Most of the times tó tó gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan á sọ fún mi nítorí pé èèyàn tó máa ń fi ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n ṣe ọgbọ́n ni nínú gbogbo nǹkan pátápátá màá rẹkọmẹ́ndì nǹkan kan fún gbogbo èèyàn àti ọmọ àti ọ̀rẹ́ nípa Alhaji Shittu òun náà ni nǹkan tó yòǹbó ń pè ní patience ìfarabalẹ̀ àti nǹkan tí à ń pè ní humility ó jẹ́ ìforíbalẹ̀ láti tí Ọlọ́run fi ràn àti òtítọ́ tí Ọlọ́run fi ràn ṣe láti ṣe àkójọ gbogbo nǹkan ní ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti mọ̀ wípé Alhaji Shittu yìí ó bímọ púpọ̀ ó níyàwó tó mélòó kan ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run kọ́ mọ̀ ṣe láàrin wọn nítorí pé tí ó bá gba àwọn gan nímọ̀ràn wàá rí pé ìmọ̀ràn tó ń gbà yìí láti nínú experience of life tóun náà ti ní ni tó dẹ̀ ti deal pẹ̀lú Alhaji Shittu kò kí n ṣe say tó but he is the first láti admit tó bá wrong èmi ò tí ì rí èèyàn tó máa ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wípé mo jẹ́ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó wá béèrè mi ìbá máa fún ẹ o torí pé nígbà kan ó ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àti sọ pé kò burú bó la bẹ́ tira wá sí tó máa ń ṣe fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lójú mi á dẹ̀ tún fún àwọn èèyàn ní nǹkan náà lẹ́ẹ̀kejì lẹ́ẹ̀kẹta nítorí pé ohun tóun máa ń sọ tó kọ́mọ̀ jù pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ni wípé tínú gbogbo wa bá ti dùn tí gbogbo wa bá ti happy ó ti tán lákòótán Ọlọ́run ọba o tó ní ikú Alhaji Shittu ìyá lásìkò kó bá ṣàforíjì fún gbogbo èyí tó ṣe tí kò déédé gbogbo èyí tó ṣe tó kù díẹ̀ níwájú Ọlọ́run kò wọlá dáadáa tó ṣe tá à ń ròyìn kò yáfi Alhaji Lanre Shittu kò foríjì tó pàṣíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ kò dẹ̀ mú ẹ̀pẹ̀ burúkú lójú ẹ̀ kó jí gẹ́gẹ́ bí o ti ń jí àwọn tí o ti ṣàforíjì àwọn ẹni ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kó má ṣàṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún gbogbo nǹkan ló filẹ̀ kó má túká kó má bàjẹ́ látòrí ọmọ látòrí aya látòrí gbogbo nǹkan ọ̀nì látòrí àwa ọ̀rẹ́ àtọ̀rẹ́ tó súnmọ́ olùbádámọ̀ràn àtọ̀rẹ́ tó jìnnà tó fi sílẹ̀ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká lè ṣe àtúnṣe dáadáa lẹ́yìn Alhaji Shittu Ọlọ́run bá kó má ṣàṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kú kó foríjì Ọlọ́run kó foríjì Ọlọ́run kó foríjì Ọlọ́run kó yáàfin aláàjẹ kan ṣe aláàpọ́nlé alukuran la hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim.
Alhaji Ọlọ́runwájú Àkànní is my godfather. I got to know him through his manager then Mr. Ram. Alhaji Ọlọ́runwájú ó jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ wípé mi ò lè gbàgbé wọn nígbésí ayé mi. About the time tí mo mọ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn rẹ̀ wọ́n wà humble wọn kì í disrespect anybody wọ́n wà accommodating wọ́n wà friendly sí everybody ẹni Ọlọ́run ni wọ́n èyí ò lè sunkún ọ̀dọ̀ wọn kéèyàn sunkún padà èèyàn rẹ̀ ni wọ́n ẹni téèyàn fi ń tọrọ ni wọ́n ń ṣẹ̀sìn gbogbo nǹkan t'Ọlọ́run bá fún wọn ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe ẹ̀sìn gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ní ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe ẹ̀sìn sí mọ́ṣáláṣí ni sí gbogbo àwọn mùsùlùmí nínú àwẹ̀ gbogbo oúnjẹ tí gbogbo wa máa jẹ títí tí Ramadan máa fi tán òun ni wọ́n máa fún everybody bó ṣe fowó ṣe sàárà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n mí lè ròyìn wọn tán kọ́lọ́hún kó wọ ọlá àtítóbi ẹ̀ kó wọlá àánú ẹ̀ kó wọlá ìyọ́nú ẹ̀ kó wọlá àtítóbi ẹ̀ kó wọlá pé òun náà lọ́ba tó ń ṣàánú ẹ̀dá kó kó bá mi ṣàánú Alhaji Lanre Shittu Abdulrazak Ọlánrewájú gbogbo nǹkan tó fi sílẹ̀ kó má bàjẹ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wọn iwájú tó dojúkọ kó má burú gbogbo ẹ̀yìn kó má bàjẹ́ lọ́la àtìlẹ́yìn ànábì lọ́la títí òbí ọlọ́run láti orí Saidi tó jẹ́ pé èyí tó wá fi kẹ́yìn nínú àwọn ọmọ wọn ìṣọ́ ọlọ́run ààbò ọlọ́run orí ọ̀fẹ́ ọlọ́run àánú ọlọ́run kó máa bá wọn tọmọ lọ́la àlùkùránì lọ́la la ilaha illallah muhammadu rasulillah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam allahumma salli ala sayyidina muhammad al-fatih lima gidika wa lagatil man sabaka nazar al-aqbal haq wa la ilaha siratal mustaqim wa ala alihi qadr wa miqdar al-hazim gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó náà tó fi sílẹ̀ náà ìṣọ́ ọlọ́run ààbò ọlọ́run orí ọ̀fẹ́ ọlọ́run kó máa bá àwọn ìyàwó náà kó máa kílé má náà wọn káàbùrú má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn láfítàgbà tó pọ̀ wọn lọ yìí àbúrú kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹnì kankan wọn gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ pátápátá látòrí Alhaji Mustapha Dodo àti gbogbo àwọn Alhaji Badmus gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn wọ́n ṣe ojú wọ́n dẹ̀ tún ṣẹ̀yìn ọlọ́run wa ní ṣe ní tẹ̀lé fún ẹnì kankan wọn lágbára ọlọ́run ilé àti ọ̀nà ń tẹ ẹnì kankan wọn náà kọ́lọ́run ọba kó bá wa mójútó wọn kó bá wa dúró tì wọn aburú kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí nǹkankan lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí Alhaji lọ yìí ká má rí àkùfà láàrin gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ láàrin gbogbo àwọn ọmọ aburú kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn lọ́la ilaha gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ náà tèmi mọ̀ láti orí Alhaji Mustapha láti orí àwọn Alhaji Badmus láti orí àwọn Prince ni Alhaji mọ̀rọ̀ fìpàyẹ ni ọlọ́run bá fún lẹ́mìí gan tàdálà bismillahir rahmanir rahim lakadija kun rasulullah min anfusikum azizu alayhi ma mintum arizu alaykum بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العالمين.
When I grew up, he said I should be a doctor, but I said no. He now asked me, what do you want to be? And I don't have my mind. So he now told me to become a doctor. I asked him, why does he want me to be a doctor? He said that to be a good man and to be saving people's lives.
My father is known for helping people. I wasn't there firsthand when he helped more people, but I've seen and I saw that he was a great inspiration to a lot. He helped people grow when they were in tough times. He helped people that didn't even know that well. He was a good person. I wish my dad was with me. I wish we were all home. I came back from school and he was at work, and I'll know that he's okay, and he'll come back in the evening time and I'll hug him and he'll be with me and he'll be okay. But sadly, that's not the case. I think it's past, and we all have to heal from this experience. We all have to try and move on. We all have to learn from this. I wish I could see my dad one more time. I wish I could tell him I love him. I wish I could tell him that. I wish I could hug him. I wish I could tell him how good in school. I wish I could have one last conversation with him.
Let's celebrate the kids. We are going to move very fast, ladies and gentlemen, to the...
I'm the first son of Alhaji Lanre Shittu.
We're still waiting for Blessing.
He's going to be missed a lot. He has taught us a lot of things. He has instilled in us
some of you that know me, you know
our self-worth. You have to know your self-worth before you go out there to start making something for yourself. He is a very kind and generous man, like everybody have said. He is honest about giving you his own opinion about things.
So we are going to
He doesn't mollycoddle anything. He tells you the way it is.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
He is very straightforward, and we all appreciate him for all he has done. He will tell you the truth, no matter how bitter it is. And I pray that the Almighty Allah grants him eternal peace. We don't know tomorrow, but I mean, we're here today. And I want to thank everybody that has come here to help us celebrate his life, not mourn him. We are celebrating him, but we're not mourning him, because he is a great man. He is a legend, and he will be truly missed. Thank you.
My name is Lanre, one of the employees of Alhaji Lanre Shittu. I work with him at Lanre Shittu Motors at the Abuja branch of the company. I have known Alhaji for over a decade now. Alhaji remained a father, a mentor, a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man that is detribalized, a man who does not care where you are, where you are from, whether you are a Christian, you're Muslim, whether you are from the north, you're from the south. All he cares is about the value you can add to yourself, about the value you can add to the service, about what you can, the impact you can make. He's a man who knows how to build, who knows how to identify potentials in you and help you to achieve your talent, help you to build the potentials, help you to build to maturity. And he's a man who identify you from nobody and make you somebody. He's a man of honor. He's a man who values integrity, values trust. He's a man that makes sure that whatever you want to achieve in life, he backs you up. He's a pillar. In the auto industry, he is one of the major companies that has been in the industry for over 4 decades without falling and keep expanding. The industry has lost a potential, they have lost a value today. Alhaji is not just a loss to the family, it's a loss to this Nigeria, to the nation, to the economy of this nation, because he has kept growing every day. We will miss him. He's a father, he's a mentor, he's a builder. He's all in all. And he's a man of humility. You can't take that away from him. Alhaji will never shout at you. He will always drive his point home. Thank you so much.
Names of Alhaji Razak Olarewaju Akoni Shittu. I met Alhaji for the first time well over 40 years ago through one of my late cousins, Alhaji Wahab Oshubi. And of course, that was in the early 80s, and that's why our meeting should have been well over 40 years ago. We met as a very young banker then. Wahab brought Alhaji to my office and introduced him that Ekmo, this is my friend. We grew up together. I don't call Keuni, and it was so interesting. And that was how we started. Thereafter, and I was made to realize that Alhaji's mom is from a nation, and she is also related to my mother. So to a very great extent, Mama and my late mother are first cousins. So, and that was how we've been together over the years. And when Alhaji celebrated the 64th last year, I was wondering why the celebration should come at that time. I was on my way out of the venue when I heard my name being called to come and give the vote of thanks. And I thank God I was not out of the venue before I was called. So I want to thank Oyida Mola for that very wonderful surprise party he did in the life of Alhaji. And when I also got his invitation for the celebration of 65th, I spoke on that day. And of course I was saying that day that Alhaji deserves to celebrate the 65th more than what we witnessed. And I pray that the Lord will grant him the grace and the enablement to celebrate many more years. But what we need to understand today is that man proposes and God disposes. What we have witnessed or experienced in the life of Alhaji Lanre Shittu was the will of God for his life. And of course, we normally say that good things does not last for a very, very long time. Good things does not last for a very, very long time. Alhaji lived a very, very accomplished life. And ever since I knew him as a young banker, as far back as 70s, late 70s, early 80s, thank God the first wife, Alhaja, is here. We did the naming ceremonies of some of his children together. And of course, we had a very, very good time together, a very, very good time. At times when we go out as young men in our 20s, just as we were young, when we had fun to the best of our knowledge, at the time some of us would be snoring at home. Called Alhaji, he was already on his desk waiting for his customers. So Alhaji was an astute businessman full of enterprise, a very wonderful man. And not just that, Alhaji was extremely very, very godly. Praise for Alhaji, we will gladly say, Amen. And that's the joy of our presence here on earth. I can say without missing word that Alhaji saw God before he saw death. I have no doubt about that. He saw God before he saw death. And the beauty of our living here on earth, be it a Christian or a Muslim, the joy of our life is to see Jesus before you see death, or you see Allah before you see death. That I'm sure Alhaji did. And I'm so happy. Please be strong. Crying is totally out of your case. Bola, of course, he met Bola through me. And I'm sure some of the children will know, or some of my friends will know. Bola, to a very great extent, is also my sister. And Oyida, the little time I knew her, she did her very best to sustain a relationship with Alhaji jealously. And I want to thank God for that. And of course, when you watched the video of his 65th birthday, he was dancing like a very, very happy man. So let us know that he has come to this world, he won all his battles. And for the children, all I can say is that you should sustain your father's legacies. What else do I need to say? You've said it all. Very, very sincere. Very, very sincere. Alhaji is the kind of person who will do business with anybody, even if he realized that he had made mistake in his calculation. He will still fulfill his obligation. I will tell you later. And I'll tell you one interesting story. I invited Alhaji to my club, Association of Friends, of which I'm the president today. He came. I was just a quiet celebration. And Alhaji came and said, Alhaji, you must give something today. You don't go up. But this time around, you must give. He gave us 2 million that day. And when he left, he redeemed that pledge. But later when I saw him, he told me, I said, Chairman, that's the way the Alhaji called me. He said, Chairman, I'll tell you one story, that the 2 million I gave that day, I did not realize I pronounced 2 million. But he paid it, he redeemed it. I now said since that day he was not going to drink alcohol anymore. And I think that was the day Alhaji stopped alcohol drinking. And I want to thank God for that. And that's why I said, as a devoted Muslim, there are certain things you must stop in order for Allah accept your prayer.
Shittu, Daddy, you may rest in peace. You are a very kind man. I always get us stuff that we ask for, but maybe a week later.
Arrange finances and everything. When we're processing transaction for this man, everything. Do you know what it is? There's something we call the person of special interest. When somebody in Nigeria is buying a real estate abroad, there's a major thing that's flagged against them. This man scored every single point you can imagine. Everything went smoothly for him because of his integrity. We have to break down every business, how he earns his money, how we prove it. We showed everything. And the banks were extremely amazed, were impressed. With somebody in Nigeria, I can guarantee you, some people you touch it, it will burn your hand in split seconds. But guess what? Everything went through. And amazingly, he only flew into UK just to come and sign. Just to come and sign. The bank DHL everything to him here, and we notarized the whole thing and took back to UK. I mean, let's do good in life. Let's do well. This man has lived well and he's been good to people. He has been extremely good to me. My daughter's wedding, he was on his way to attend it. Every time we do something, he's constantly standing with you, with you, with you, with you, with you. That's a human being. Human being, proper human being. I pray that the Lord will help you and I in Jesus' name. And we will have a thing or two for all of us to learn from his legacy. May the Lord bless us in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, Pastor Tunji. In Nigeria, but my name is known across the globe. Anywhere you mention my name, they will open the door. Sir, I'm going to need your name soon. We need to see after the event. So that we'll talk more about it. I wish I could do more of this, but it's hard for me to switch so that we can focus on the program, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, who can tell me when our father was alive, who can tell me his favorite color? Okay, the last one is here and she's ready to tell us. Can you tell us his favorite color?
Black and white.
Chogba. White. Okay. Okay. Was it white? All right. So that is an example. Who can tell me, ladies and gentlemen, when our father was... Who want to try? We are giving out gifts for this one. Who want to try? I'm not going to give the microphone to the families alone. I mean, I can bring the microphone to you. Who want to try? Just raise up your hand. I'll bring the microphone to you. Okay, I'm coming, man. I'll join you. The last country he traveled to. Who can tell us? Who can tell us?
Dubai.
What are we going to do, Dubai? Madam, congratulations, you lost. Ma'am, do you want to try what country? Dubai. Okay, are you sure? You went? All right. This one is very easy. This one is very easy. Someone has that already. Who can tell us, ladies and gentlemen, his last born? Okay. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am only going to give out one gift to that lady. Ma'am, please see me after the... Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move very fast. Now, I don't know if you are Mr. Olu or stay here to talk. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to the end of the event. And permit me to respectfully invite to the microphone someone who's going to do us a honor of giving the board of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as we make welcome Mr. Said Shittu. A round of applause for him, please.
Orúkọ mi ni Nímọ́tàlá Ìdẹ̀ràlúwà Ṣọlọ́lá ní Shittu.
We first saw Mishoki, just in brief, just to top up everything that has been mentioned about my brother. It's as he is. I'm not going to go over it, but one thing I'd like to leave with every one of us, and I'd like you to say it if that is true. Everybody say free. 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 As in F-R-W-E. Egbomi is free. It's completely free. A lot has been said about him. A lot of positive commendations have been made concerning him. His life, his connection, his business, his children, his wife, friends, and families. Perchance you have something negative. It's not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And none of us will ever be perfect. But my comfort is free. It's free from it all. One thing also I'd like to bring to our attention is, perchance, everyone that knows him, and you heard about what happened, and you were thinking, oh, if only I can put the clock back. Oh, if only I knew better. Oh, if only I could have the opportunity to express to this man. How many of us have actually expressed it to him? Perchance you have, perchance you have, perchance I have. That would have given him more strength, more encouragement, more reason to push forward and to push up. My Lord tells me something all the time, and that is my husband, with the letter L, lowercase l. It will say, when people say, do your best and leave the rest, don't leave the rest. Don't do it. Think about it. You've been on something, on a project or an assignment, regardless of what it is, and you've been pushing forward, but there are discouragements. You've been pushing forward, all sorts are happening. That's not when to leave it, you know. You have to do it until God's name is glorified. If everybody, you saw when we laid him to rest, how many of the commendations we are giving, how many of it did he take with him? How many of the properties did he take with him? All the selflessness that he has been to our race, how many of you did he take with him? None. So do what you can now. This is a lesson for all of us. Let's do what we can now. Tomorrow is not ours. It could be my turn tomorrow, I don't know. It could be yours. So perchance there's something in our mind, because it's the love we have for him. If eternity Egbomi, that is why we are all here. You see the people you are seeing now, yes? Henri Rawa, let's express that love now. We can at least do that for him, because he's no more. We are only just saying, just what I want to say. A lot has been said about him. But the thing, what gives me comfort is, Egbomi is free. It's free. It's free. It's me and you that needs to work now. Thank you.
This is a celebration of life. We're not mourning. We're just saying thank you to the Almighty Allah for the life He has led, the children He has left behind, the wives, the brothers, the sisters, and including His aged mother. I want to use this opportunity to let us reflect on his life, what it means to everybody, how he has impacted in one of us, either a way or the other. He is no more here today, but when we close our eyes, we see him and we remember a lot of things he has impacted in us. He has a great value of respect. He always tells me, look, the only thing in life that you will always need to always remember, or for people to remember you for, is to accord each other respect. No matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how little, no matter how bad the person is, the respect for the person in front of you, behind you, shows the kind of person you are. It tells people the kind of life you will lead or you are currently living. He is a man of virtue. He respects everybody, no matter how small, no matter how little, no matter how big you are. He doesn't look down on you. He doesn't look like, no, what can you offer? He listens. He pays attention. He's the one that taught me how to listen more and talk less. You will never see him, when you're having this conversation, you will never see him talk. He will wait for you to finish your conversation, say what you have to say. Then he will bring back everything you have said, like you won't even believe what you were saying. He was paying attention. He pays attention to details. So there are some things you think he's not paying attention to, or he's not listening, or he's not hearing. But he's always saying, whatever you as a person want to do, put God first. Pray about it, then think about it. Then you can start your journey. He has left us with a lot of lessons that we need to emulate, that we need to follow through. And I pray, inshallah, all of us, my younger brothers, my sisters, our mothers, will follow through, inshallah. I believe he's somewhere I have never been. He's somewhere nobody knows. But with whatever he has passed through to us, let us all emulate it and keep it and utilize it very, very carefully. So on this note, I will want to say thank you to everybody that has left their busy schedule to come and commiserate with us, to come here and celebrate with us. I want to say a very big thank you on behalf of the Lanre Shittu'S family, and say, may we never repay ourselves with this in the mighty name of Allah. May we continue to prosper, and whatever he has left behind, may he continue to flourish, grow in abundance, and even multiply in multitude. And I want to thank every one of you seated here today. We are not mourning. No, we are not. We are celebrating an icon that has impacted a whole lot of lives. You have listened to a whole lot of testimonies. You have listened to a whole lot of speeches. You have listened to a whole lot of tributes. We are not mourning. We are celebrating. And I will also want to say this. He would love us not to cry, but to celebrate him in a very, very subtle way. In a way that it's not going to be like, we're making too much of, making it too much flashy and all that. That is why we are here today, to just celebrate him in a little way, he will appreciate more. Prayers, prayers, and prayers is what we need for him right now, as we do not know where he is or where he is going. But inshallah, he is resting at the bosom of the Lord. So I want to say one more time, thank you to everybody, our families, our well-wishers, our friends that have come from far and away, home and abroad. We, the Lanre Shittu family that he has left behind, thank you from the bottom of our heart, and say, may we not see this type of thing again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and to take us further or to round up this session, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take part in one of them. Sheikh Ali Abuaka Gaba to do us the honor of rounding this.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله عليه وسلم.
All right, and people, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asked to do this announcement. We'll check the children, take pictures together on this beautiful stage, and the entire families of Shittu. Imam Yassin, yes, Yassin.
I don't win. Can you help me keep the lights like that?
àṣepọ́jọ́ tó fẹ́ pẹ́kìrín kẹ́sẹ̀ ni ọmọ kọ́láwọlé àdìsá ó wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní orí okòlù ọba tí gbọ́lọ́ máa wọlé okòlù ọba tí gbọ́lọ́ máa sọ́mọ ọba òkè là ń bẹ́ ó wá bá.
Coming for it's really a big one on me, very big. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. But I know Allah knows best.
Ọba Kabiru sọ́tọ̀ bí bàbá wọn lórí wọ òfin wọn sunkún rasaki gidi ni àṣẹbí ilé làwọn èèyàn gbogbo lórí ẹ wá bá mi wá.
He was a very great man, a good husband, loving, kind, accommodating, took all my excesses, took all my flaws. I respect him a lot, and he knows that, and I will always love him, even though he's no more, but I will always love him. I want to thank every of my friends here for supporting me, for standing by me. In fact, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. They did a lot of things, and I say thank you, everyone. I love you all. I don't take you all for granted. I don't take you all for granted. I love you all. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Gbogbo àwọn gbọ́dúmọ́lá ọmọ wọn lájàṣà ìpó gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n wá kí wa ẹ wo àwọn àgbà ọba ránṣẹ́ wá ìjòyè sì ránṣẹ́ wá gbogbo ẹbí wọn ní kò jẹ́ báwọn wọn lọ máa reni láre wájú ẹni ẹ bá rí ẹ máa bí mùsùlùmí olóòótọ́ tí kí gbogbo ayé kú òwúrọ̀.
حق القول على أكثرهم وهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون أنتم إلا بشر قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم منكم ولا يمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم مدينة وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون بكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين يا حسرة ألم يروا كم أهلكنا يا حسرة على العباد من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم
Lanre Shittu is a wonderful human being. He is a very straightforward man. He does not joke with his business. He doesn't, I don't even know how to describe him. He's just a wonderful human being. May Allah grant him a Jannah Fidau. Iwájú tó kọjú ju ti dá. Ẹ̀yìn tó fílẹ̀ ò ní bàjẹ́ láéláé. Ọlọ́run á wo àwọn ọmọ wọn. Ọlọ́run á dá wọn sí. Gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹrù náà fúyẹ́ fún wọn gbé. Ojú òní tí wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Alhaji, continue to rest in peace. We'll miss you dearly and we all love you.
moon in the stars, praising all day forward. Thank you. So bad.